The next one, ooh, but it's more like psychological warfare. She plays Alex. Love Priyanka, by the way. She plays Alex, and basically she's a bad girl. Guys, it's Abby. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi, nice to meet you. What's good? I'm glad you're here. If you've been here before, thank you so much for joining us again. So in today's video, as you see from the title, we're going to be talking about my Netflix favorites. So personally, like everybody else, I love watching Netflix shows, Netflix movies. I also like finding new shows. I tend to watch things that are in the ballpark that a lot of people watch, and a lot of things outside of what the average person would watch. I like to watch different storylines, different genres. So my favorite type of genres, or the genres I tend to watch, are like action, I like romance, I like supernatural teen drama kind of, you know, like werewolves, vampires. Those are very good too. I also like historical drama. I think that's the genre they call it, where it's set in Europe in 1990 something, and all the girls are wearing corsets and the guys, you know, dress a certain way. I like to watch those too. They're very interesting, how they talk, how they everything. And I pay very good attention to what's happening in the show, who said what. Like, I follow the storyline to the T. If I miss a word or 3 words, I am replaying it. Like, I don't play them someday. I don't play with that. So I also like to pay attention to the storyline and everything that's happening. So I'm gonna tell you guys what are my Netflix favorites. I was going to try and put them in genres, but all of them can be categorized in like different types of things, in shows, like in the series, I don't know. So I'm just going to tell you them. I'm also going to put the picture right here. That's why I have space right here so you guys can see. And I'm also going to be telling you just a little bit of the shows. That way, if you're interested, then you can go check them out. So the first show on my list is Scandal. When I tell you I would watch this whole entire series again, and it has like 8 seasons, I think. It's Scandal. Scandal is so good. It's about basically this woman who, she was brought up in DC. She went to the best schools, everything. Her character is kind of iffy because of what she does, but her personality, how she handles herself, how she carries herself, everything. Love her. She's played by Kerry Washington. Yeah, and basically it just shows her life running a law firm and like fixing issues for clients. So when clients have like scandal, get it? When persons have scandals going on or like life issues and need somebody to help go through the situation, help them fix it, how to help fix their name plus solve the crime or whatever the issue is, they use her. They go to her firm. And then after that, she also has like links and stuff inside of the White House, and the White House is where, like, you know, you can get certain things done, and government and everything. I think watching this, I started watching this when I was a long time ago, when I was in Jamaica, and that's what actually made me like interested in learning more about US politics. Now it's kind of but yeah, so I found that very interesting, the whole storyline. And then they, of course, you know, they had a love interest and a love relationship. Oh, if you haven't watched it, I'm telling you, go and watch it. The next one I like was Vampire Diaries. I also watched this like a long time ago too, 8 seasons I think. Amazing. Storyline was good. They also had, it was about 2 brothers and this girl, and both of them love off the girl, but she was human first and then she became a vampire. And then they show the life differences between being human and a vampire. The 2 brothers, they've been alive for so long because, you know, vampires live forever. Then that show how the town that they start to live in, after a while all of the humans in that town start to become vampires, and then they show how like it's really good. A lot of drama, a lot of like love interest, mystery, everything. So yeah, if you haven't watched Vampire Diaries, definitely check it out. Then they have a spin-off which shows like the earlier days before Vampire Diaries, called Originals. Oh, that one was so good. It's about basically the first set of original vampires and how they came to be, and then how, you know, all the mystical stuff and how they traveled throughout the whole universe and, like, you know, ended up turning people. And then they show the love interest between humans and vampires, because, you know, that kind of, they always fall in love with some human and then something go wrong. But yeah, that one was a very good one too. They also have a spin-off of Originals showing one of the children when they grow up, and now they have like all 3 superpowers. They're a witch, they're a wolf, and they're a vampire. And then they show her life, because that's a mix of everything. So if you're interested in that as well, I haven't watched it yet, but that's Legacy. Next we have Grey's Anatomy. Oh my gosh, when I tell you, no, I'm not scared to say it, I'm a crier in shows. Like, if somebody dies, I'm bawling. If something cute or romantic happens, I'm bawling. I don't care. That's just really how like I connect with the show so well. You get what I'm saying? They've been going on for years. This is like season 13 or something. Basically about some doctors, and in a hospital, and they go through their entire medical school and go through residency, then they go through, you know, being accepted in the program, working in a hospital, then go through those different experiences. And then of course they always have the love interest, so there's always like who was with who they with who. Then they talk about like who have kids, and then somebody gets sick, and then someone's almost died, and then a lot of people died that was not supposed to die. If you've never watched the show before, watch it. I'm telling you, watch it. I'm currently still watching it because it's still going on. If you know who I'm talking about, that's some of the most tragic deaths. We're on the same page. But that one, very good. The acting is good, the emotions they evoke, great. The next one is Friends. So Friends is definitely an old time show. Before I watched the full series, I watched, like, you know, here and there on Nick late at night or something like that. But then I actually sat down and watched the entire series. Hilarious, very funny. The whole cast is nice. The whole series is like filled with jokes. It's a very good show. Definitely check it out. So the next series I just finished watching, this one is kind of different. It's kind of, I don't know, it's called Gilmore Girls. Basically it's about a mother and a daughter. The mother had the daughter very young, and the mother, she lived in a very like high class uppity place. And so when she had a child early at like 16, the mother was like, okay, the solution is to just let the daughter marry the boyfriend that she was with. But they weren't about that. They weren't ready to get married. It was just a whole other thing. Plus the boyfriend was never ready to settle down, even though him love her off. Throughout the entire series, when them get old, him love her off still, but it just never worked. Anyway, the daughter take care of herself and go to some little some little small town, and she start building up there. And she grew up her daughter in that community, and so she has like a very small town lifestyle. But the grandmother was so like upset at the daughter for running away. It's a whole thing. As I said, it's kind of different. It was set between 1990 to the early 2000s, so it's very different. You have to read it, and when you watch it, you see. But that was a very good show. The next one is You. Now, You is a series. I'm pretty sure you've seen You. I think You came out like maybe last year, the year before. I think season 3 is about to come soon. I can't wait for it. It's basically about some creepy guy, and I don't even know how to describe it. Some creepy guy and fall in love with some girl, basically stalker. But how they did it is like from his perspective, like he's talking to himself, but we can hear what he's thinking. He's also very sneaky, very manipulative, but it was also very interesting. And then they had season 2 where he meets a girl, and now the girl is just like him, but a girl version. Anyway, it was one big thing. Watch it. I promise you like it. The next one is Quantico. I'm currently watching Quantico right now with my dad. This is an action show. It's about FBI, and the star lady, Priyanka Chopra, that's who the actor is. She plays Alex. Love Priyanka, by the way. She plays Alex, and basically she a bad girl. Let me tell you this right now, she a bad girl. Let me tell you this, she run the whole team. She's always the one where like she figure out what's really going on, and no matter how much, ooh, somebody look at me through the window. And no matter how much drama was going on or how much nobody else believed her, she was always right, and she always figured out the whole crime and everything. Very good show, a lot of action, a lot of exploding, a lot of really good. So the next two, they're both the same type of show, like European, and they're dealing with different empires fighting with each other, and they have armies and battle and war and all of that type of stuff. And you know, they all have a little nice talk, and you know how they use their words and everything. So The King is a movie I actually just watched this like maybe a couple days ago, and basically it's just about two empires fighting, and then the eldest son that was supposed to become king, hence the king, he didn't want to become the king because he preferred living like the communal life, and then it was a whole thing. Very good. If you guys know Timothy Chalamet, he was the one that played the king. The next one is The Crown. Basically it's just a series about Queen Elizabeth II's life, and they just show everything about royalty and behind the scenes and how everything really went. And then they show Diana and how her life went, and then they show all the other siblings, all the other cousins and everything, what really went on behind closed doors. They also document how the people saw them. It was just a whole thing. It was very interesting to just watch that show to see what it's really like, how the people just praise the royalty and how they get money for, you know, just being royalty. Like, it's very interesting to watch how they talk. I also like how they dress. It's just interesting to just see that aspect. So if you're interested in just watching about like Duke and royalty and all of that stuff, just to get a better understanding, definitely check that one out. The next one, ooh, Blacklist. If you guys don't know Blacklist, it's another action show. It's about this guy who is most wanted, but then end up, you know, helping the FBI, and then we find out, no, I can't tell you, I can't spill, I can't tell you too much, but watch the show. Very interesting. They also solve different crimes with the help of the guy who's most wanted, because you know, you have the links to all of the gang. Basically it's just a blacklist. You have a hence Blacklist. You have a list of all the bad people, and him use the FBI to go around the thing and give the FBI a win while him get side benefits from it too. They probably just dropped season 7 or 8, one of them, and I finished season 7 off in like a day, because what, when I tell you I watch series, honey, I watch series. Very good show. So definitely check out Blacklist. So the next one is called The Shooter. So basically it's about some top marine man, him have sniper abilities, all of that stuff, and some of his old friends contacted him to help them find a way to stop a plan that was to kill the president, right? But then in his effort to stop the killing of the president, then basically frame him. So then now he has to be trying to find a way to prove that it wasn't really him, he was set up. Then they show how him have to run away, him have to hide him family, him have to find a way to prove himself. It was one big thing. Very good show, lots of action, drama, that type of stuff. The next one is the one I'm watching right now, which is Jane the Virgin. So one of my friends put me on last year, late last year, and I've been watching it in increments, of course. And it's basically about some girl, and she was artificially inseminated, and so she ended up having a baby. Now the baby was for some other man where she never know. Then at that time she was also in a relationship, so it was this whole big drama. The family themselves is from Venezuela, and it's set in Miami. I learned this from the show. It's called a telenovela, where basically it's just drama left and right, relationship drama, crimes in there, and it's just one big thing. They deal with money, relationship, everything. It's a very good show. Half the time you don't even see what's coming. So Jane the Virgin is a very good one. The next one is Criminal Minds. Criminal Minds, I've actually just watched random episodes on TV and not the full series, but I've seen some of the full series in order. I haven't finished it, as I said, but Criminal Minds is a good one too. Basically crime, but it's more like psychological warfare. Like they have people in there that use their psychology to figure out the mentality of the person that committed the crime. Very good, very deep, reflective, if that makes sense. Very good show. The next one I actually just started watching. It was by accident. I don't even know how. Somebody put it up on Netflix and now I'm interested. It's called 7 Seconds. Basically a cop by accident run over a black kid, but then him calls him police friends, and him police friends hide the whole thing. So now they're just showing like what really happened and how the mother find out that it was him, and then it's a long series. I thought it was a movie when I first watched it, then I realized that I don't find out who is who yet, so now I end up actually watching the show. And they just show from different perspectives the mother having to deal with the image that they create of her son on TV, and then protests start, and then the person who actually did it actually wanted to, you know, tell on himself and, you know, tell the truth, but then his police supervisor hide the whole thing, and then there was one witness, so they have to try and kill. It's just a whole thing. 7 Seconds. Now the next one, Riverdale. I'm pretty sure half of you guys know Riverdale. If you don't, it's basically about some high schoolers, and of course they go to school, but then they live in this place where it's like gang war with like serpents versus some other people, and then they have strange crimes happening, some weird deaths happening, and then the kids solve crimes, but then their parents are also involved in what happened, and then everybody's parents know everybody because, you know, it's a small town. It's currently still being made, so it's very much relevant and very much up to date. Riverdale is a very good one. The next one, ooh, I love this one so much. This one is called Beauty and the Beast. I don't remember how I even found it, but I watched this like years ago, and it's still on there, and I still love it. So basically this man, he was in the US Army, and then give all of them some drug, and then they turned them into beasts, and then they tried to kill off all of them because, you know, they were so, now they became creatures that weren't supposed to live in society. They had like super speed and hearing and all this other stuff, but they ended up not killing him, and so he's hiding in society. And then somebody who created them tried to make more of them, and so he's the only one that can fight them. And then of course he falls in love with this lovely FBI person, and then she finds out his secret, and apparently he saved her when she was younger or something, and then they fall in love, and then she has to protect him. Oh, it was just a whole thing. It was very nice. A lot of drama, fighting, action, thriller, romance, of course, a whole thing. Definitely check it out. Very good show. So another one of my favorites is called The Foreigner. Jackie Chan plays in this one. As I said, I like action shows, so anything to do with stuff like this I'm watching. Basically him coming from afar with his family to come to America for, you know, a better life, the usual. And on his way here, 2 of his other daughters died. So when him come, you know, him only have 1 daughter left, and I think his wife died for something, and then him only have his daughter left. And then some bomb happened and kill off him daughter, so now I'm freaking out because he wants to know, not freak out, but you know when they go rogue because they want to know like who kill off them pitney, who kill off them child. But he went rogue and found out who did what, and then he went to those people to, like, you know, find out what really happened. It was a whole thing there, and him end up finding out who actually did it and getting in touch with them and proving that whoever was behind it was actually the same government people that trying to make it look like they don't know what happened. So it was a very good show. Very sad, but very good show. I mean, Jackie Chan is in it, of course it's a good show. The next one is called A Fall from Grace. It's basically about this old woman and how she was charmed by a younger guy, and then the younger guy marry her and then just rip up her life, steal her identity, mess up her whole life, steal money from her work and everything, and then him just dash her away and treat her bad, and then she kind of went crazy, and you know. So very good show. It was very sad though, and it really just show you like you never know. When I tell you the man charmer, you know, and Mary Man, she's an older woman, so you know, like when I say older, I mean like older, but him charmer and everything, and then him just mess up her whole life. So that one is a movie. So the next one is called A Fall from Grace. It's a romantic kind of comedy type show. Basically it's about how this woman who she lose her job, she lose everything, and she just enter some raffle and she win an inn. Anyway, she got fly across the country to some whole new place, and she got to this inn to see what inn she swimming. When she go, it's like a pop down place. Like the place don't have no water, it don't have no running anything. It's a terrible building, and then she find out how whoever was in charge did what, so want to get rid of it. She actually stay and fix it up and make it nice. And then there was some drama because of who from that actual town that was supposed to get the inn. Anyway, she ended up staying and she find love and she fixed up the inn, and then you know the inn just nice and working and everything. Very nice show, very calm, relaxing, funny type of show. Very good. So the next one, I'm pretty sure most of you guys have probably heard of it. It's called The Kissing Booth. They have one and they had two just released. And this girl, two best friends, girl and boy, they create this idea to have a kissing booth at their school fair. Anyway, the best friend has an older brother, and then the girl ended up falling in love with him. But on their list of things never to do, because you know they're best friends, one of them was to not fall in love with their siblings or something family related. I don't remember. Anyway, they end up falling in love, and then they had to hide it from the girl had to hide it from the boy best friend because like, why you dating my brother? Yeah, so that was the storyline. So Kissing Booth 2 is basically where the guy goes off to school, and so now they're trying to navigate that college life while he's far away and still being in a relationship. Very cute, very romantic. It's just a normal movie. Next we have To All the Boys I Loved 1 and 2. So this basically about some girl. She must write a letter to 5 wherever she like, and eventually the letters get sent out to all the boys. Oh my god. And she has to figure out how to take it back and how to basically just hide it and figure out what she's going to do with the fact that now all of them know that she liked them. And then that was 1, and then number 2 now is one of the other 5 guys, 5 letters she sent out comes back, and then they remember what really happened, and then the one who she actually like of right now have an issue with the new one that just it was a whole thing. So All the Boys I Loved Before 1 and 2, very good. The next show, this one is called SWAT. It's FBI action show, drama, that type of show. Basically it's about some elite SWAT team. When you look at the faces in there, you guys will know like it's some big actors in there. Basically it's a force that can do things that the normal people above ground can do. They go through and handle things that the government don't want people to know. If you like fighting, explosions, guns, all of that, very good. Am I allowed to say guns? Anyway, very nice action show. So this is the last one. I also tend to watch a lot of dancing shows where kind of like Step Up 1 and 2 and all of them, where you know they have some type of dancing in it. And this one is called Honey Rise Up and Dance. Tiana Taylor's in it, and basically it's about this dancer who she's a street dancer, and despite her family members not really supporting her in like being a dancer or whatever, she joined a new crew so that she can win money to get a college scholarship, something like that. But of course they show her dancing, and then she finds a love interest in it, and it just shows dancing, different troops, competition, everything. So that one is definitely a good one, especially if you like dancing. So yeah guys, that's my Netflix favorites. I really hope you guys check it out. Now that we're finished with this video, it's time for motivational quote of the day. So today's motivational quote is, how you look at today and tomorrow regardless of yesterday is the most important thing right in this second. And that came from Gary Vee. If you guys don't know Gary Vee on IG, sweetie, check out Gary Vee, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys actually check out these Netflix shows and movies. You can't say I never put you on, because these shows are great. I wouldn't tell you if it wasn't great, you get me? If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified every time I post a brand new video. You don't want to miss it. Don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up if you liked it, and comment down below if you actually watch any of these. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.